This time frame really isn't fair. I was so sick for a full year. There were times when I just could not paint. I was spending 20 out of 24 hours in bed. If I was able to paint at all, it was like between 1 and 5 minutes. I would throw some paint on the page and then doodle something over it, and that was the extent of it. On a good day, I could do something like this. It's just ink and water, but I was still just throwing it onto the page and hoping for the best. And here I was a little bit more structured, but even so, this didn't take me more than 5 minutes. That's all I could do. This one took me almost a solid week to do. I just, a minute here, a minute there, 5 minutes here. And again, it's just ink and water, a little bit of watercolor for the flowers. I realized I needed something that wasn't going to dry up on me. It wasn't going to give me backgrounds or hard lines or require a whole lot of thinking. I decided to get some colored pencils. And the first ones I got were the Faber-Castell 60 and the Derwent Ink Tints pencils. And I did a swatch with my ink tints and really liked how they looked. They were kind of a cross between my watercolor and pencils, and I really liked that. When I got to the Faber-Castell, there was 60 in that set, and I said, do a swatch for 60 pencils? I don't think so. The first color book I got was Geomorphia by Kirby Rosannes. But I was still thinking like a painter. And I took one of his pages and put it on my light box and traced it onto a piece of watercolor paper and tried to color it in with pencils. It almost worked. I mean, it almost worked. So I took another page from that same book, and this time I used rice paper. And it really didn't work either. I thought, this is just not working. So I went back to my watercolors, and I tried to do something really simple and quick. So I turned to abstracts. And I really, really liked the geometric abstracts. They were amazing. So I did a few of those and really enjoyed myself. It didn't require a whole lot of thought. I can do whatever I wanted. I could do backgrounds. I could do hard lines. My illness really didn't matter with this type of painting. It's just I realized this was not what I wanted to do with watercolor. I could do this with any kind of paint. Watercolor has a property that wasn't being reflected in this. So I went back to pencils. Here's the first one that I was actually happy with. I loved how the wood came out. And I could color for 1 minute or 10 minutes or whatever I could do for however long I was able to stay up out of bed or just stay sitting. It was such a release. My second color book was Enchanted Forest by Johanna Basford, and I really enjoyed coloring these. I was learning quite fast. Of course, looking back at them now, I'm like, okay, sure, but the work I'm doing now, 6 months down the line, I'm going to look back and think, oh, I could have done that better. Of course, I'm on a learning curve. I'm on a high learning curve. And not only am I enjoying the process just of coloring in itself, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. By the time I got to Kirby Roseanne's World Within Worlds, I felt pretty confident with my leaves. I really love doing leaves. I like experimenting with them and changing them up. But this one is still one of my all-time favorites. Kirby Roseanne's Mythomorphia. And it was the first really complex picture I tried doing. I went all out. I even modified some of the lines, and I did my very best. And on those leaves, I just wanted so much texture. And yeah, I am really happy with this particular picture. I started buying new books, new pencils, started experimenting more, shading, blending, layering. It was definitely a learning experience. In this particular one, I was following a tutorial, but I went a little bit different, and I started to see a pattern, a style that I had not seen with watercolor at all. And in the following ones, I worked more at it. I consciously thought about it, and I really liked how that style is developing. Might not be for everybody, but I love it. Then I discovered split complements. Okay, discovered's the wrong word. I realized how unique they are and how beautiful they look together. So I experimented a little bit with that and just kept working on different techniques and trying out different ways and different color combinations. I was improving so fast, way faster than I ever improved at watercolor. And I was loving it. I was loving everything about the process. Coloring was making me happy. My base emotions was happiness. It was like all the time. It was amazing. It was like a miracle. No, I'm not going to go that far. I'd just been sick for so long and so sad for so long. I didn't realize there was any other way of being, and I found it. So even though I started out really bad and not too happy with my watercoloring, I discovered pencils, and I got pretty good at them pretty quickly, and I can only just imagine how well I'll be doing in another 6 months. I am really looking forward to it. There is my growth video, and thank you very much for watching. If you like my coloring and would like to see more, go ahead and subscribe. Why not? Thank you very much. You have a good day. Bye-bye.